So now we've completed the process of doughing in, and we need to get ready to set up our sparge. And to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, there's a perforated plate down at the bottom that I haven't shown in the video, but there's going to be a perforated plate on top as well. And so here is the sanitized perforated plate. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ease this down in here. Now, it's really important to emphasize that what you don't want to do is push down too hard on the grains, because again, what you're going to do there is you're going to compress that filter bed, and you're going to lower your efficiency, and if you're very unlucky, you may end up with what's called a stuck sparge. Okay. So I'm going to remove this grain stopper here. That's intended to stop any grains from making their way down to the bottom of the below that bottom perforated plate. And so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put this down here. Okay. And the last step to setting this up for mashing is I'm going to put my pump arm onto the system. Get it all connected here. Flow rate's really important here. I like to back it off a little and maybe go with a half flow for a little bit so that I'm not generating air bubbles. Make sure that this is going good there. And so now what you can see there is that we have a nice flow going. Again, I might back this off just a little bit more. There we go. So again, we got a nice, really nice flow going there. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about mash temperatures. So one of the reasons why I like to use the grain father is because the grain father allows you to control temperatures. The grain father allows you to control temperatures and do step mashes. I'm a biochemist by training, and so as a result of that, I like to play around with enzymes and enzyme activities. So what I'm starting off with is I want to do a 95-degree dough in, if you will. And so the temperature that I actually had this set at, there's a temperature controller right there. I had this originally set at 97. Now the reason why I'm going a little bit above that temperature, that desired temperature of the 95, is because the grains will actually absorb some of the heat from the water and cool things down a little bit. Again, this is one of those things where you're actually going to have to dial this into the system, to the particular system that you're using. Because some systems at that temperature will go down by 3 degrees, some by 2, some by 1, etc., etc. Okay, and so we will do this. I'll actually show you. I'll actually put in here in one of these videos. Might even talk about it. The actual mash schedule that I'm using, but. So I'm gonna mash in. Now I'm gonna hold this at 5 degrees, rather 95 degrees Celsius or 95 degrees Fahrenheit for 5 minutes, and then I'll change this to a new temperature. So you can see that the water level. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. You can see that the water level is just about getting up to this stopper here, okay? And so I might actually back this off just a little bit more. So that I am getting some flow here. And so again, what the pump is doing is it's helping to increase the contact of the grain, the crushed grain, and the enzymes inside that grain, so that we can actually start converting all of these good starches to fermentable sugars that the yeast can actually work on. So continuing in, we're just a couple of minutes away from moving up to the next mass temperature. And so what I wanted to show you in this particular one is take a look at how clear this wort is starting to get. And again, that has to do with moving those, with using the pump and the circulation there to move the water through the grain bed.